What's up, everyone? So purpose of this video is to essentially demonstrate the difference between the two types of plastic that we currently have listed on our website. Might be introducing some more types in the future, just based on certain applications, and if that's ever going to happen, then we will make sure to keep everyone as informed as possible. But for now, I guess if you're watching this video, these are the two types of plastic that we do have available. The first one right here is, this is 14 mil Mylar plastic, and this one is the Adhesive 3 mil matte that we have. There are a couple main differences between the two. The first one being that the thickness, as you heard, this is 14 mil, this is 3 mil. Now the 14 mil, that's 14 thousandths of an inch, and that's about 5 or 6 pieces of printer paper stacked together. So as you can see, it's got a little bit of thickness there. These ones are 3 mil, so I think that's about a piece of paper or a little bit more, and that thickness is referencing right here the thickness of the plastic, the adhesive portion itself. It's not counting this back part. That's just a reusable backing that you can have for when you want to put the stencil back down. They're both reusable materials. However, you're going to get more uses out of the thicker Mylar than you are the adhesive one. Obviously, the thickness is going to allow the durability to be a little stronger. As you can see here, let's just take these out and kind of give you an example of the flexibility and kind of the look and feel of something like this. So right there, that's kind of what it looks like. It's kind of a hard product to have an actual untouched image of. You can kind of even see my reflection in it at the top, and we have this whole like light studio here just to avoid that in photos. So we do have to do a little bit of touching these up so that they're actually visible as far as depicting them in a picture on the website. So this video gives you kind of a good idea of what the opacity is. I mean, you can kind of see through it, not very well. It's kind of this off-white color, and that's about how flexible it is. So it'll bend around surfaces, it'll stay fairly flat, but you know, if it's this Nickelodeon logo and it's got all these small details, you know, you're not going to want to have it on something that's so bendable, because you're not going to be able to get all, you know, the stencil areas perfect underneath there. Now if you had something like the adhesive, let's peel it off the backing there and kind of show you. It's almost just like a piece of paper, so that's about how flimsy it is. You know, it kind of doesn't support itself like the other ones do. So that's essentially what you have. And so right there, you'll be able to put that on a bendable surface, unlike these other ones. You'll be able to put that on a surface, bend it around, even if it has detail. And then what you can do is essentially just peel it back up, stick it back down on your backing there, and let it, you know, typically let it dry in between uses. Like I used this one before for an Instagram video, and you know, I could definitely use it again for something else. As far as the backing goes, just to kind of give you an idea, paper, one side is a little smoother than the other, and I left the inside of this Pikachu one on the back. And you can really reuse either side to stick the stencil back down on. Not a big deal either way. So with the adhesive stencils, if you're not careful with them, you can kind of have some issues with tearing, and a lot of the times you can salvage it. It's actually not a big deal because it's essentially a sticker, right? So you're still going to be able to stick both areas down. A tear isn't gonna destroy the usage of the stencil. There's not paint that's going to creep into these little cracks if you're not laying it too heavily. So kind of give you an idea of what happened on this one. As you can see, I was kind of peeling it off, and right here it got a little tear in it right there. So just to kind of give you an example of how easily this stuff tears, that is destroyed now with me just doing a minimal amount of attempts to try to wreck it. So again, it's a little stronger than, let's say, your average piece of printer paper, but be careful with this adhesive material when you are handling it. Now we'll put that kind of in contrast with the Mylar material here. This is super durable. You know, even this is like a maybe 3 inches wide, and it's still, I mean, you're not going to want to do it like this. You know, you're not going to want to mess with it, but essentially that's, you know, it's really strong. You can throw it around. That should kind of give you an idea of what we can do with these different stencils and what, you know, what you can use. I mean, you see the flexibility, the rigidity of the 14 mil Mylar ones, as well as the flexibility and the adhesion of the 3 mil matte adhesive ones. So yeah, it's kind of up to you on what you think is going to work best for your particular project. We have some guides online that essentially kind of walk you through the best uses for the different scenarios on which kind of projects and surfaces you'd want to use either the 14 mil or the 3 mil adhesive for. So it's totally up to you in the end. Sometimes customers like to order one of each, test it out. Obviously these ones last a little bit longer. These ones get a little bit more detail, so it's kind of up to you on what trade-offs you want to make as far as how your project is going to go. Hopefully that helped out, kind of determining and showing the differences between the two materials that we have. Feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions. You can always call or email us, send a message on the website, whatever you want to do.